we're back again with Project Happy. I'm your host, Harsha.
And I'm Hira. And earlier we were saying about more solutions to being comfortable by being yourself. Is there somewhere you can get some kind of help? Well, that's the thing. Being in a conducive environment is very helpful because when you're in a happy environment, you tend to just naturally be happy. Like if you have noticed, people tend to be in cliques, like emo people one group, happy people one group, and like confused people one group. So when you're in a happy environment, you just tend to be happy. And when you're in a sad environment, you just tend to be sad. So I'm pretty sure you know where I'm going with this. You want to choose something that keeps you happy in the long run.
And though you might think that this is a bit more of an external happiness kind of thing, over time, being in an environment which is happy will rub off on you and reprogram yourself so that you'll start being happy even when you're not in that environment, slowly but surely.
And that's the thing, like you don't have to go through it alone. You have like the backing of your environment. So that's like a big burden off your shoulders instead of trying to just be happy against the world. Now you have a team.
And there's also a bunch of other things you can do. Like one example I would like to share, which is another form of external happiness or external unhappiness, as I would say, is have you ever been in one of these situations where you're having dinner or going to talk to someone and that person just seems very unresponsive for the day? Like, she or he could just be like very silent and you're like, oh no, what did we do? Oh no. And you get super worried and everything. Another form of overthinking, but that's a topic for another day. And you just feel really like pressured and you're like, oh no, how do I help and everything. That's actually external unhappiness, as I would say it. What you can do in those situations is instead of going, oh no, like I've been doing, you can just set your end goal. Alright, so I know that this person might not be in the best of mood right now, but by the end of this, let's all just be really happy and focus on being happy. Don't focus on that person being unhappy. Just be happy and your happiness will spread.
Like when you focus on that person being unhappy, you're actually focusing on the problem. Look for solutions, if not, look for the lesson that you're supposed to learn. Because let's face it, if you just keep dwelling on it and just keep staring intensely at this unhappy person, chances are they're going to get mad at you, which will lead you to being unhappy. So just focus on the solution. What can you do about it? And like I said, most of the time, the problem that we actually think there is actually in our head. So, what else can we say?
Now, another thing about external unhappiness is when you're eating food, breakfast again, back to the example. And then before you actually eat your food, there's these times where you're unhappy already and you're just like, oh, this is going to taste really bad, it looks really bad, and then by the time you eat it, it does taste really bad. But what you can do is set your end goal again. Alright, this tastes good, I think it's going to be great. And when you actually eat it, somehow or other, it will taste really good. So it's again back to your end goal. Set your end goal to be happy, not to be unhappy.
That's the thing. You need to make sure what you're focusing on will lead you to happiness. You'll be surprised the power of your thoughts, actually. So, what have we covered so far? External happiness is when you rely on other people or things to make you happy. Then the problem with this is, well, it's short term and it's kind of short lived. As easy as it comes, it goes. That's one. So internal happiness is when it comes from within and when you're okay with yourself, you love what you do. So here's the thing. How do we just suddenly become internally happy? Well, we can't. The idea is to just be happy in the first place. If you are a sad person, you can't straight away switch to being internally happy. The moment you start thinking about yourself internally, oh no, I hate myself more. So you need to find something that makes you happy first before you venture deeper into yourself.
So you can do this. You can start with the things that make you externally happy. Just start being happy. Find something that really does put a smile on your face and work on that. Just don't have too many expectations on that external factor. Yeah, sure, it makes you happy, but just don't keep thinking that only this makes me happy and if it's not there, I won't be happy. Try not to do that. Just try to be happy when it's there, and when it's not, continue being happy.
Like we said, don't rely on the external thing. Try to focus on the internal when you've established a certain level of minimum happiness. And the thing is this, like all things, internal happiness requires patience.
So slowly but surely, start with the external stuff and slowly move to being internally happy.
So we can do a quick recap. When you're looking for internal happiness, tips and things that may help you is your environment. Don't forget to count your blessings. Focus on the end goal, and the end goal is to, remember, be happy. And we can give you a little bit of a hint here.
Oh yeah. Here's this thing that really helps you be internally and externally happy at the same time. It's called working on your goals.
You'd be surprised the amount of happiness one gets when working on something that their heart is passionate about. So, don't forget to start working on your goals, and if you don't have a goal, think about it. Think about what makes you happy, turn that into a goal that you'd like to do, and you'd be surprised it does wonders for you.
It could be absolutely anything. Of course, you still want to set your goals as happy and healthy, but there's other stuff, photography, music, whatever puts a smile on your face. Yeah, anything. Just make sure it makes you happy and take the necessary steps towards it. That's internal happiness.
Yep. This has been Project Happy. You're listening to ET Boost. I'm Hira.
I'm Harsha.
And we hope you have a great day.